everyone, welcome back to another video. We're picking up where we left off with Paradise Fallen. Thancred has a task for us. So here is some dream powder. We're administering it to the enthralled to keep them calm until they can receive proper attention. I would appreciate it if you could assist with this task. Now, those affected are scattered all over the city. I suggest starting your search at the derricks and working your way up. When you are done, be sure to let Reen know. Sounds like a plan, and oh my god, it feels good to be able to do this. Yes, finally! Alright, so we'll just head down to the derricks and see what we can do to help people down here. Hey, Alvinol. My thanks again, Claire. We will seek out the wounded and render what aid we can. Yeah, I mean, I think we're still gonna need all the help we can get. I mean, we have to climb a mountain that's floating in the air. That's not gonna be an easy task. And do we know that guy? Oh my god, was he the guy in charge of the apothecary? Oh, Lord Vauthry, you are my daily meal. Okay, buddy, I do think that we're going to give you some dream powder and you're going to take a little nap. I'm not very good with snoring sounds. The food we get from Eulmore is mainly meal and the produce that isn't pretty enough for the rich to stomach. Combined with some fresh fish, however, and it makes a damn fine stew. Oh man, look at all this trash. I mean, they threw out really everything. Marble. Lord Vauthry likes marble. Yes. Okay, that's not creepy. But come on, I mean, you think they could make some decent homes with like all this stuff. And look, is he actually selling like gold pieces that they threw out because they weren't pretty enough? Really? That's how rich the people are? You think that they would be, I don't know, selling it off to like the Crystarium or something, like other places. Then again, I don't suppose that gold would be much use in this post-apocalyptic world. Lord Vauthry, all hail. Okay. Bereft of leadership, the soldiers have lost the will to fight. They pose no threat to us. Well, that's good to know. Hail, Lord Vauthry. None shall lay eyes upon you, my lord. You shall never be tainted by sin. Okay, that's the creepiest one yet. I don't know what's going on in the rest of the city, and I don't wish to. It's been relatively peaceful inside the hall here, and I hope it stays that way. Wait, you don't know? The upper levels seem more boisterous than usual. Whatever could be happening up there? Seriously, how could they not know what's going on? Such strange noises flittering down from above today. The commotion sounds almost violent. Are these riots typical here? Seriously, you guys are so disconnected from the rest of the city that you don't even know that your leader was just overthrown? I know what to do about thieves and interlopers, but mumbling nutters? I can't imagine I'm allowed to simply run them through. Well, you could, but it's highly frowned upon. I heard shouts and stampeding footsteps. All the better reason to not leave this room, if you ask me. Ah, you big baby. No one in here? So are we to head upstairs? Wish to visit the canopy. Why yes, this lift will take you there. No, we don't need to go to the canopy, I just noticed. We need to head to the understory. Almost there. Here we are. Lord Vauthry, I defend you to my dying breath. Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about that, buddy. So the next person... Oh, there they are. Oh, wait! Do we know those two as well? I think it's them! Oh, it hurts. Please, Lord Vauthry, take away the pain. You're the kind soul who saved me from falling to my death. But my mistress, she's been injured. Please help her, I beg you. Okay, we will. We're just going to give her something that will put her to sleep. Well, what is this? She's sleeping. A medicine to help her rest while she awaits treatment, you say? Oh, thank you so much. When she began acting strangely, I didn't know what to do. And that's all down here? Alright, so now we head up to the canopy and help someone else. Ooh! Does that mean we're going to be helping the Chais? It would be kind of nice to see them again. I mean, at least Lady Chai, I liked her. So, probably. I mean, if we're going by people that we know... Must stop trespassers sullying our paradise. Alright, nighty night, buddy. Where did you fly to, my sweet canary? Oh, it's him! It's that old man from before! Oh, no. Oh, I hope that nothing happened to that girl. Oh, that would have been terrible. Now that we know, like, the whole truth, I really hope she wasn't made into meal. Oh, there you are, Claire. I just finished aiding this man. Now for the next one. Yeah, we took care of some people for you. More out in the D-relics and below, you say? So many of them. But Minfilia entrusted this power to me. I won't rest until I've helped everyone. I'll go and see to the wounded. Yeah, I kind of feel responsible since we were the ones who beat them up. I'm sure Alphinaud and Alize would appreciate the help. And should you find other enthralled citizens, please see that they are brought to me. Sounds like a plan.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this. Citizens of Eulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vauthry is a sin-eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vauthry's puppets all this time?
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vauthry's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims, for history, for your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vauthry.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vauthry has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
Well, the ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. After the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vauthry took control, it was abandoned altogether.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos? Did someone say Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
It's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
You can't.
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
Okay, so that was interesting to say the least. So the next quest is called The Ladder. Alphinaud's eyes glisten with joy. The ladder is situated to the north and west of Right. Let's make our way there, Claire. Sounds like fun. So, heading out to Right. So it means that we're finally going to be allowed up to the upper half of Kalusha, up on top of those cliffs. So we get to see what goes on up there. That's going to be fun. Yeah, I had been wondering for a long time what that giant metal contraption was. I mean, it looked like an elevator, but I wasn't sure. Also, I noticed this particularly in my last video, but there were a lot of jumps, like there were cuts here and there, and for that I really do apologize. Something's wrong with my recorder, and it does skip, not a lot, but it does skip every once in a while, just usually for a few seconds, and I apologize for that. I'm doing my best to get my recorder fixed, but I do hope that you can bear with me at least until then, okay? So here it is. Pretty impressive. It's huge. Oh, and look, we got some giant Talos. Well, they are huge. To see my darling Chai so engrossed in his work, I think I'm falling in love again. First things first, a 50-point inspection. Wouldn't do to have them falling to pieces now. Why are you standing there gulping? There's lots to be done, so go and make yourself useful. Well, okay then. The ladder is a sturdy piece of engineering, but much may go wrong after 20 years of disuse. Let us be doubly thorough with its maintenance. Bottom rung, they call this place. How very apt. Apparently, it used to be the corner center for the ladder in a bustling hub of transport. Its glory days are far behind it. Claire, doth thou see yonder pair of Talos? For a blessing, they were found to be in good repair. Master Chai prepareth to activate them as we speak. With our arcane knowledge, Yastola and I will serve as his assistants. At the appointed hour, we shall imbue the golems with ether. Others, meanwhile, attend to the ladder itself, which hath too long lain neglected. Extensive maintenance will be needed ere it can move again, as well as miaged materials with which to perform it. If thou art willing, we would prevail upon thee to procure lumber. Okay, sure. How do you want me to do that? Go chop down some trees? There's not really many on this island. My thanks, Claire. Directly to the south thou wilt find a dry dock, Vinman Yards. Pray see if thou canst persuade the folk there to part with some lumber for our cause. Okay, that would make things easier. And yeah, it is pretty impressive. You know what? It's gonna take too long to walk down there. I want to see what the top is like now. So now that I think about it, once they get the ladder going, they're gonna be doing trading again, won't they? That's gonna be cool to see, now that I think of it. You know, change is coming to this world, or what's left of it. But in a good way, I think. So all we gotta do is just keep going until we bring back the knights after defeating Vauthry as the last Light Warden, and then something is going to go horribly wrong. That's usually how it works anyway. We have our periods of extreme good luck and very extreme bad luck. Oh there, Sinner, haven't seen you around here before. New to Gay Town, I take it. If you need lumber for a shack, we've come to the right place. We could do the building for you too, though that'll cost extra. What? You guys are in charge of all those horrible shacks? You want lumber to restore the ladder? Why in the world would anyone want to do that? If you don't have this coin, least you could do is come up with a believable excuse. But look, I'm not one to turn folk away. I'll give you your lumber if you do me a favor in return. I just finished taking stock of our supply and was about to do another round for good measure. I want you to do the counting instead, and we'll see if your totals match mine. Now, some of the lumber is lying around the yard, but most of it's kept in the storehouse. For these, you can just ask Grethel for the number. Here, I'll lend you some writing material so you can take notes. Take stock of the supply of lumber at this shipyard. What you can learn can be reviewed in your key items. Aw, man, we gotta do math? I hate doing math! I mean, we are famous heroes. We shouldn't have to be doing math. You count 11 planks in the stack. I don't see anything down that way. Oh, a cutscene? Hey, taking stock for Ivith, are you? Well, last I counted, we had 68 planks in the storehouse here. 9 of those were rotted through, though. We tossed them out. Oh, Grithel, another load's just arrived. 13 planks all told, but one's damaged. It's only good for kindling now. Right then, bring the good ones here and be sure to let Ivith know as well. So, how many planks does that make now? If you're writing down those numbers anyway, right? I'm sure you can work it out. What? Jot down the details of the conversation. Okay. Let's see where the last piece would be. Gotta be around here. Oh, there it is. Count 24 planks in the pile. Done, are ya? So how many planks did you count? I didn't think that we had to do that. Hey, that sounds awful low. Reckon you should look at your notes again. I did not mean to push 11. I really did not. Okay, let me think this over. So, scrawled in your own hand, the note lies 68 in storehouse, 9 discarded, 13 delivered, 1 damaged. Okay, and this one is 24 stacks by the entrance. And so the final one was 11, I think? 11 in the stack. So if we do that all together, I would say, counting out the pieces that we still have, I think that's 80. But I don't see 80 though. Seems to me you've forgotten the stacks lying outside. What? Okay, I was sure I did the math right for that one. We're supposed to count how many we had in stock, yes? So it was 80 altogether if we just count the rotted ones, the ones that we sold off, and the one that's good for only kindling. Yeah, I mean, that should be how many stacks of lumber you got, not the other pieces. Okay, so 68 minus the 9 is 59. And then minus another 13, that'd be 46. Minus one more, and that's 45. But if we add together the 24 plus the 11, that's 80, right? Unless we count the pieces. You know what? I am just gonna go for it. I'm gonna say, and I don't know. I mean, we shouldn't be counting those since they're no longer technically in stock. So what's going on here? Am I wrong? I mean, is it normal to count the pieces that are no longer usable? I don't know, maybe it's a shipwright thing. I don't know the first thing about boats, except that they float. And... yeah, screw it. I'm just going to go back there and just pick a random number and just hope it's right. I mean, what else can you do here? I don't want to think anymore. We'll say 103. Ooh, close. Seems you haven't accounted for the planks that were delivered or thrown out. Might want to check your notes again. Oh, so we do count those. Why? Seriously, why? We don't have them anymore. Ah, that's exactly what I counted. Thanks for your help, friend. Taking stock fair puts me to sleep, but it has to be done. As promised, I'll give you your lumber. What do you need it for anyway? I told you, we're gonna fix the damn ladder. You were serious about the ladder? I'll be damned. If that's the case, please let us help with the work. We're shipwrights with no ships to build, only shacks. We all ache to do something greater. This fellow you say is in charge. You reckon he'd mind the likes of us barging in on his project? Oh no, something tells me he'd welcome the help. Wonderful! I'll round up the lads and lasses and we'll head over to the ladder, along with all the lumber you need. It's so nice when we have people who are so willing to help. But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that they must be so bored. They're willing to do anything, even if it means doing something for free. So, if they really are the ones responsible for building those terrible shacks, do we really want them here helping us out? I mean, come on, we've all seen the shacks back in Gate Town. They look like they just hammered a bunch of boards together. And if that's the kind of quality that we can expect, then maybe we're pretty much screwed. Oh, I did not see Alize over there. Was she there before? I've rounded up as much material as I could for the work. Just my little bit for the cause. I wonder, does everyone else say something different? Oh, here we go. Hey, how you two doing? Oh, Claire, I heard you went to find lumber. From afar, the ladder looked like it was made entirely of metal, but there's actually a lot of wood if you look for it. The Eulmorians have rallied quite impressively. Amidst great adversity, a little purpose never goes astray. And what about you guys? The work proceeds apace, I'm pleased to say. When it is restored, the ladder will not only be our way forward, it will represent a momentous step towards lasting change for Galusha. Oh, he'll have them moving again soon. I know he will. Huh, such a primitive, inefficient design. As much smaller Talos from our company could just as easily perform the same task. By the intensity with which he works, 'tis as if all that reluctance was a lie. Ah, art thou returned? Wert thou able to procure the lumber? Oh yes, and a small army of people willing to help out. Well, well, to secure not only the material, but the equal cooperation of the shipwrights besides. Their expertise shall greatly avail our efforts. Master Chai's own efforts have not been without struggle, but he hath proven himself to be a determined soul. I doubt not that the work shall be complete ere long, and we may continue on our way once more. Though it have been years in the making, at long last do the people stand united in defiance of the world's fate, their hopes spurring us ever onwards towards journey's end. Whatsoever may await us, when thou taketh those final steps, I pray that it shall be with a smile upon thy face. Aww, that's gonna be the sweetest thing I've ever heard him say! Oh, I want to be angry with him, but I honestly can't. The view from above, Urianger is wearing a pensive look. Ah, but prematurely do I give myself to sentimental musings. Many more pressing concerns demand our attention. not the least of which is the matter of how we might reach the mountain, detached from the earth as it is. For the present, 'twas appear that we have matters here well in hand. Perhaps thou shouldest take thine ease for a time. Thou will need every ounce of thy strength for the trials ahead. Well, I'm not going to complain on that time, so... yeah, I'll go take a quick break, see what happens.
Would you look at that? The citizens of Eulmore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible? Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason? You conquer them. Crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace. This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones. A difficult feat to achieve. But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise. It's a compliment. Take it. The vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before... What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying? Well, rest assured that if your heart can be broken, then so can mine. Back when the world was whole, we had family, friends, loves. Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amarok. Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed. Not that you would remember any of this.
Remember?
Never mind. The point is, the world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal. A complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. Ah, there was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the exile? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl? What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting. I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
doubted you for a moment.
It's alive. I don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was all but spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much. The guilt of causing the flood. Knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. But solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for Emmett's son. All of which is a long way of saying, don't make a choice that leaves you alone. Nothing is worth that. Especially not eternity.
Glad tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
The three of us have been invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else. That's the spirit. Come on then.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon grow, and the town shrink below us. Awed and terrified in equal measure. We ascended without a word, the silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears. No one but me remembers that day. Remembers our journey and our end. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
Oh! I love it! You know, I confess, I was a little bit apprehensive when I first saw that Adbert was still in this game, that he was still around, but he has quickly grown to be one of my most favorite characters in this game, and that's saying a lot. And here we finally are, at top rung. The others should arrive ere long. Alvinod, Claire, come up here, there's something I need you to see. What could this be about? I don't know, but we better go and find out. Wow, look at it! How many years has it been since people have been up here? It looks in pretty good shape. For someone not being here for 20 years, it's looking really good. So where are they? Down here? Yep, there you two are. Don't sneak off on me like that. That appears to be a village. Ooh, a village! I see it from here. There's a village, Claire, over to the northeast. So there is, yet after 2 decades without the ladder in operation, I would not be surprised if such an isolated settlement had long since been abandoned. Nor I, but that was before I spied someone leave it and proceed to head in our direction, all the while trying to remain unseen. Whoever this mysterious person is, they should still be out there. Go on and take a look, Claire. Oh, we get to look through a telescope. Alright. Can do that. Find the mysterious person. I don't see anybody out here so far. Ooh, what's that? Is that a bird? Shoebill. Oh my god, what an ugly bird. The creature stares at you unflinchingly. This probably isn't the mysterious person Alize saw. Oh, I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't trust anything that shoebills do. I never trust anything that has such a shifty look about them. But this is as far as we can go, so it has to be around here. Oh! I almost didn't see him! Mysterious person. You have located the mysterious person. However, it seems he has likewise spotted you and hurriedly turns back to the village. Yep, we are officially not alone up here. There's someone, right? And they were spying on us. Personally, I don't feel comfortable not knowing who they are. What do you say we investigate? I'm curious too, I must admit, and I dare say we have a bit of time ere the others ascend. It's settled then. Let's head to the village and see if it is indeed inhabited. Right, now that I think about it, there's supposed to be a dwarf village here in Norvrond, but we haven't seen it yet, so... Oh, wait a minute. There's supposed to be another aetheryte crystal, right? So that must be it. So the dwarf village must be up here. Okay, that makes sense. So we'll just go off to this tiny little village here and... Good God, we have moving Taloses now? Well, they look very different than the ones that we saw in Amnarang. Oh, and there's so many of them. How could they have so many Taloses just wandering about here? Defective Taloses, that's what they're called. How can you have so many defected ones, though? Oh boy, this is a tiny little village, isn't it? The crates and barrels all laden with unknown contents. Interesting. Do you find something, Alize? I could have sworn I heard a noise. Let's try the door here. You hear faint sounds from inside the building. However, the door refuses to budge. Oh, dried food, it looks like. Food has been hung out to dry in the sun, and quite recently by your reckoning. So let's see if we could find anything else here that shows that people live here. And what are those? Like bananas or something? These crates are huge. And I don't see anything so far. There's gotta be another piece here. Must be inside then. Half-empty cup. The cups are half empty, or half full, depending on how you see such things. Behind the counter, a kettle bubbles steadily over the stove. What news, Claire? Were you able to find anything of note? People are definitely still living here. Indeed, while there is no one to be seen, 'tis plain in that this village is anything but abandoned. If the villagers are trying to conceal themselves, they're doing a rather poor job of it. But if they don't wish to be seen, what are we to do? I say, aren't you the ones who saved my life? You're Tristal, the artist from Eulmore. You remembered. Ever since we parted ways, I've worried for you, bound for the city as you were. Never did I imagine that we would meet again, and here of all places. We could say the same thing to you, my friend. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, but tell me, what is this village? This is Amity, a settlement made up of those who survived being exiled from Eulmore. That's a surprise to hear. As I wandered the wilds, I chanced to cross paths with an inhabitant of these parts. He took me through a secret tunnel which led to the top of Bright Cliff. I've been here ever since. Life is hard, but we know a semblance of peace. Well, we did, at any rate, until Mount Glug broke away from the earth. Then, just as suddenly, the ladder started moving again. And you feared whoever was coming up would threaten your lives. Aye, but I see now that there's no cause for concern. Will you tell me what has brought you here? Well, we've come up here to look for the last Light Warden, who turns out to be Vauthry, and... So Vauthry is a Sin Eater? And he's fled to Mount Glug? 'Tis a strange tale, but I have no reason to doubt your words. I owe you my life. If there is anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. Your help would be most welcome, Tristal. To begin with, we request your people's permission to reconnoisseur the area. If we are to confront Vauthry, we must find a way to reach Mount Glug. Of course, you hardly need our permission to be here. I will tell the others about you and yours. Now, we haven't much to offer in the ways of hospitality, but our village is at your disposal. Please use it as you see fit in your quest. I honestly did not think we would ever see him again, but I really do like this. That we get to see all these characters that we met before when we first visited Kalusha. That's a really nice addition, Square Enix. Bravo for you. More so than the revelation that Vauthry is a Sin Eater, I'm surprised that the free citizens of Eulmore came together to work on the latter. I'm pleased to see that the villagers are no longer wary of us. I shall take the opportunity to ask about Mount Glug. So the next quest is called In Mount Glug's Shadow. Okay, so that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you're all going to enjoy the next video. So until then,